ladies and gentlemen. We are the Millie Goats. Welcome to episode 381, March 25th, 2026. Let us be the first to wish you and yours a happy National Waffle Day. I
made waffles this morning for the kids without even knowing.
Let's go. Well, that's called being an athlete. That's called awareness. Madden Awareness 99. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a very special week. It's a very special time for us. We have Waffle Day, but not only that, we have the Sweet 16 that is beginning tomorrow night. And in honor of that, we decided to call out the big guns. We decided to reach out to an absolute unit, an expert, a ball knower, if you will. We have a very special guest tonight with us on the podcast. If you're checking it out, go check him out. It is Tyler Markley from Projection Sports on Twitter, @Projection Sports. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Bring him in. We want some basketball knowledge. It's great to have you. College football content, college basketball content, viewing grids, bracketology, bowl projections, all of it, man. And it is great stuff.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on. Can't wait to talk some ball with you guys.
Yes, we've got it all. We're gonna look at some graphics. We're gonna look at some of the work you've done. We're gonna talk about the tournament up to this point. We're gonna talk about some fun facts. We've got the Animal-itics we're gonna get into. We've got it all, but we first want to get into the first question I have is whenever we were first starting this, we talked about doing this last week, but you had an awesome response to our question and request for you to be on last week. You said that every first weekend in March, during March or the first weekend of March Madness, you and the boys get together and you just watch 49 straight hours of college basketball. How did that go?
That's right. It went awesome. So it started, I moved here from Indiana and to Birmingham about 2014. And ever since I moved here, my friends from back home come down every first weekend of March Madness. And they get here Wednesday night and they leave Sunday morning. And we just do nothing but drink and watch college basketball. And it was awesome this year. Didn't disappoint. And we'll get into the games. I feel like so far it's been a great tournament. Other people may disagree, but I think it's been great. And but yeah, it was a great boys weekend and can't wait to do it again next year.
Well, I got two questions for you. One being, what's the setup TV-wise? Are you doing full TVs? Are you doing quad box?
So I got 3 TVs on the wall, and then you got to have a 4th TV because there's 4 networks. So I bring in my outside TV. We set it on the floor, so we got all 4 TVs set up.
Love that. Love that. And second, you said it's been a good tournament. Is that because your team is still in?
No, not just that. I think when I'm looking at a good tournament, I think you need maybe 1 or 2 Cinderellas to maybe win 1 game, but I want the big dogs to advance to the Sweet 16 and beyond because there's so many juicy matchups starting tomorrow. I want these matchups. I don't really go for, Loyola was a great story a few years ago, but I want to see Duke, St. John's. I don't want to see Loyola and Kansas State. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. Hey, you know what? That's what makes sports great, though. That's the whole reason we watch sports is because we all watch it and we all interpret it differently and everything. We all have our own favorite teams and what we like to watch. That's the beauty of it. And then we all come back and do it again at the next game. That's the beauty of it. I'm going to pop up your information here on Twitter because this is how we kind of, like I said, I'm on Twitter and I do a lot of our stuff on the social medias there. And I came across yours one time and I'm like, this guy, obviously here's where you can follow him at PROG Sports on Twitter. And you've amassed a pretty good following. I mean, how in the world did you get into, obviously you're a ball knower, you love sports, but how did you get into making the graphics, the projections, because of all the graphics that I've seen on Twitter, the one that I gravitated to the most was yours with the way that you set up everything. So how do you even start doing that? I'm trying to give you,
So it basically started, I'm in the corporate world. I've been in banking. So there's a lot of downtime during the day. And it started March, probably 2016 or 17, just being bored one day at work. And I think the tournament was about to start. And I was just trying to think of what teams were going to make the tournament. And that's when I first started getting into bracketology too. So I just started importing logos into PowerPoint and dragging logos around and trying to create tournament graphics and stuff. So it's kind of just progressed each year. Like I get my graphics better and think of new ways to like introduce the colors. And so I feel like I've gotten to a point where the logos really pop and the schedules, a lot of people love them. And it's been a tool that not only I use it for myself, but it's pretty cool that other people like will respond and tell me that they use them like every week and that they look forward to me posting the schedules so they can kind of plan out their TV viewing for the day or for that night.
Oh yeah. I mean, I screenshotted a couple from your profile here above. You put the March Madness logo on there. You've got the nice, they're back to back. It tells you what network, it tells you what time they start, what time they're going to end. And then the same network. I mean, this one you made a week ago. I think it was the first day of March Madness where it was just everything's laid out. Like you said, the colors pop. It is phenomenal. I mean, it's laid out,
And that's another thing. Like I'm an econ major, so I'm interested in like analytics and numbers. Like I didn't go to school for graphic design. So you'll see like other accounts that maybe have sharper images and stuff. I'm pulling from like Wikipedia and just basic logos. Like I'm not a artistic like graphics person. I just love logos and team colors and stuff. So I've always had a passion for that. So I mean, maybe someday I'll get like a graphics package and actually like be able to make it better. But for right now, like this, I feel pretty good about some of the stuff I've put out. So
it's phenomenal. And I pulled one from Thanksgiving here where you got college basketball going, you've got NFL football. I mean, you've got the bowl games, I think, in here. Yep. I mean, there's just stuff everywhere. And
I'd love to know how the folders on the desktop are arranged. Do you do it by conferences? Do you do it by league? Like
so I import all the logos and I sort them by conference, and then I have different like nameplates for football and for basketball, because the football ones I have to use longer nameplates because they play 3.5 hour games. So the basketball ones are always shorter, but that's how I've done it.
Wow,
it's crazy, dude. I love it. Because I can just look at it.
A lot of free time in banking there.
Yes. And then here, I think this one was from December, where you've got more college football, NFL. I think college basketball on here. So it's just the way it's set up.
Yeah, and I focus on college basketball and football, but since the NFL only plays like one day a week, or maybe one game on Monday and one game on Thursday, like I've incorporated those into all my schedules too. But for like other people ask me about MLB and NBA and NHL, and I've stuck to the same rule for like however long I've been doing this. I'll do their playoffs, but it's too much to keep up with for their regular season. So I mainly want to just be known as like college sports. So that's what I've done.
Love that. That's and then you had the bracketology where I guess you predicted who was going to be seated where and what was going to happen here. And you've got this beauty of you've got the stars, I guess, were the
sites of the games.
Yeah, the sites were going to be last four in, last four out, all that stuff. I mean, take us through what that process is like. I mean, you look like you pretty much nailed it here because it was all green and a couple of yellows here, right?
Yeah. So this year you'll actually find most bracketologists had their best year ever, because this committee, I think they nailed it. Like they stuck to the team sheets, like the metrics, like they stuck to it really well. So it was pretty easy for bracketologists who've done this for a while to sort of predict where teams were going to be. So I use Torvik site. It shows like all the team metrics, like their predictives. It'll show you like their quad records. So it's my favorite site to use because it's kind of all encompassing. It shows all of the data. So that's what I use to sort teams and try to fill them out in the field. And like you can see, this was my best year yet. The bracket matrix, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that has like over 200 bracketologists that put out their brackets, and it updates with each time they update their bracket. And that's a great spot to go. Like for a true bracketology, you don't want to just look at one like ESPN or CBS. You want to like actually get a feel for where the teams are. I think you should go to Bracket Matrix because that encompasses like over 200 different people that do this.
Like a consolidation, right?
Yeah. So like Joe Lenardi, he's good, but like it's like anything. The more data you have, like the more accurate it's going to be. So
Right.
that's what I think people who don't do this should go to get their predictions for what they think is going to happen.
I heard an interesting take about this whole thing about how, the whole March Madness deal where it's like, oh, we're losing the madness. And I was kind of on that camp. And then I've been listening to a couple different things. They're like, it's not as mad as it used to be because there's so much data now and everything's so analytic that the actually seeds the teams appropriately instead of just being the
that's right.
good old boys club, like, hey,
like
this guy was.
like I'm pretty sure like 5 or 10 years ago, Miami, Ohio probably would have been like a 4 seed. And this year they were more realistic. Like the data is there to tell you that no, they're more like an 11. And you see what happens when they go up against Tennessee. Like that's the result that's expected.
But do you think that they deserve to not have to play into the playing game?
So that's a good question. I kind of see it both ways. Yes, I definitely wanted them in the tournament. I mean, there were a fair number of people that said they shouldn't even be in. Like I was definitely not.
Disagree.
Yeah, I was definitely not in that group. But I think honestly, I think the first 4 was fair, just because I mean they didn't have any like great wins. And I know they didn't have them on their schedule, but I mean, you look at a team like Akron in their conference and they did play those games. Like if they wouldn't have had those great teams on their schedule, could they have gone undefeated too? So it's like, it's a tough debate, but I feel like the first 4 was kind of perfect because they got a chance to show that they could beat an ACC team. So I was glad that they got to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, with basketball more so than any other sport, it's just like, it's hard to go undefeated. Like I know that they didn't play the best opponents, but you still got to show up every single night and win the game. And I thought that they deserved they could still be an 11 seed. I just thought they deserved to not play in the playing game.
And I think they could have probably swapped them with Missouri and made Missouri go to the first 4. I would have been completely fine with that. But I was just happy that they got in.
They didn't want the 2 big conferences to lose a team real quickly.
Yeah, that's true. But I was just like, I was kind of relieved when I heard their name called on Selection Sunday because I was like afraid that, something crazy could happen. But yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good to see that they we all get mad at the committees. We're always going to have something to say about committees, whether it's a college football playoff, whether it's a college basketball, selection committee, whatever, and it was nice to be like, okay, they did the right thing. Like, it's nice to get one of those every now and then, it's like Jay was saying, like, winning it's in this day and age of sports. If you go undefeated, that's an accomplishment. I don't care where you're at. I don't care whether it's SCS. I don't care if it's the MAC. I don't care if you go 13-0 in football or 30-something in basketball with the way sports are set up nowadays. You need some credit for that. I don't care.
It's kind of like SMU football a few years ago. I was glad to see they got in for. I think they were undefeated or lost the ACC championship.
They lost to Clemson.
I would much rather see that team get in than like a 3 or 4 loss SEC or Big Ten team because you've already proven that you can't beat the best teams. Like we haven't seen what SMU can do, so that's kind of my thinking.
Love it. So we got all these graphs and that sort of thing, and it's awesome to see. And every time I see it, I'm gonna repost it for the most part. I see it. I'm like, hey, if you want to watch sports,
he's that Vince McMahon meme. Yeah, he's like,
hit me with the back of the chair. Oh. Now, it's National Waffle Day. First of all, pancakes or waffles? Where are you going?
I mean, to me, they're pretty much the same food, but I guess I'd take pancake.
Okay. Is there a reasoning?
I'm a waffles guy.
There's not really any reasoning. I'm not a big breakfast food guy, but pancakes just seem like they're more accessible. Like more restaurants have them, so I feel like I have more familiarity with pancakes.
I think it has a lot to do with what.
No, they're easier to make.
Yeah,
they're easier to make, and I feel like pancakes, I can eat a lot of them. Waffles, I'm not going to eat 3 waffles. Like I can stack 3 or 4 pancakes on. So it just depends. If I'm going to brunch and I want to look fancy, I'll get a waffle. Like, look at that powdered sugar, a little fruit on there. But
I'm a waffles guy.
Take me to Waffle House, buddy.
Maybe it's my ADHD brain, but it's like the patterns in the waffle look more appetizing than a
Are you
bareback
the Eggo guy, or are you like the fancy one?
I was Eggos back in the day. But that was
Dude,
like
those used to be
I had to get
awesome.
myself up ready for school, and
Yeah.
Mom put some Eggos in. I picked them up as I'm walking out the door.
You didn't dip them in anything?
Nah,
Mm.
I'm not a
Wait
dips
minute,
guy.
dude.
I don't do very
Wait
many.
a minute. You didn't dip it in anything?
Oh,
That's new. That's breaking news, dude. No, that's breaking news. I did not. I've known this
raw
guy for like
dog,
20 years.
raw dog.
Holy smokes. Speaking of waffles and Waffle House, do you guys believe that this director says he was teleported 50 miles to a Waffle House and described the bizarre experience as a real and no fun?
Well,
I mean,
looking at his eyes, I could tell he's on a different planet. So it makes sense
dude.
why he would think.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been teleported a lot of times to Waffle House then, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
and back home.
dude, oh my gosh, man. That
And
what a story.
so I'm from the north, and we didn't really have Waffle House up there. So when I moved down here, like there's so many around, like you can't drive down the road without seeing a different Waffle House.
Have you been?
Oh yeah, and my
Oh.
wife loves it.
Oh, are you kidding me? What's
the order? What's the order?
Whatever that big like combination platter is. It
The
comes with
All-Star
toast.
Special?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
sorry.
we'll usually just like split it because it's so much food.
Oh my gosh, dude! I haven't had a Waffle House waffle in forever, but that's
Dude.
hey man, they're efficient.
Take the
And this
kids,
guy-
dude. The kids love it.
Oh yeah, they like it.
This guy, you're not fooling anybody who knows who's been teleported to a Waffle House. It's called an Uber, dude. You got in an Uber
Yeah.
and you got dropped off at Waffle House.
Yeah,
And you
at
had
2
an
in the
all-star
morning.
special.
At 2 in the morning.
So,
50 miles
anyways,
to go to Waffle House, though. I don't know if it's that worth it.
I mean, just depends. It all depends.
That's an hour, dude. That's an hour ride.
Before we get into the bracket, breaking news. I'm sure you saw this,
Mhm.
obviously.
Oh yeah.
Let's get your opinion on North Carolina. I guess
Yeah.
agreeing to part ways with Hubert Davis, which is hilarious because Caleb Wilson or whatever his name was, if he had
Mhm.
come back, this might have been totally different, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's crazy because he made the national championship and ended Coach K's career. And then like that doesn't feel like that long ago. And now he's being like, I know what's it say? They agreed to part ways. This was a firing. Like he wanted to stay. There was no parting of ways there. But like North Carolina, they haven't finished above third, I think, in their conference the last few years, and the ACC has been down. So it's not been the time to be like middle of the pack in the ACC. So I don't think he was ever really going to get it done there. And I think they're just trying to get out ahead of it. But yeah, it is surprising. And I think with the way their football coach situation's going on, they need a solid hire right now because it's not really looking great on that campus.
No, the AD's in hot water.
Yeah.
I think North Carolina's finding out that their alumni isn't as rich as they want you to think that they are. Because they're getting these good hires, but they're not bringing in big players. I mean, they're not bringing them in football. They're not buying these great players.
Do you think it was because they put Caleb Wilson's or whatever what is his name? Is that his name?
Yeah. I mean,
do they think because they hung his jersey in the rafters? You think that's what was the final straw? Like, dude, come on.
I don't know. I mean, even if they had
So
Caleb
weird.
Wilson, they weren't going to go very far in this tournament, I don't think.
No.
So,
No.
yeah, he never really seemed to get like a cohesive team. Like he'd have a good player or two on his teams, but it never really seemed to work together.
Look, some good teams get rid of their coaches. The Bills did it, so now North Carolina's following suit. Like,
and I don't think he had any head coaching experience prior to getting this job. So
he was an analyst for ESPN.
Yeah.
So they wanted to keep it in the family, and I understand that, but you're North Carolina, like you can get pretty much whoever you want. So
I think they've done that the past few hires, haven't they?
yeah.
With
Yeah.
Williams
Roy's been the only one that's really
Doherty
worked
or
out
whatever
with.
his name is. Yeah. Well, he was there for like 18 years, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there a long time.
All right, let's pull up this. I'm going to pull this one down, and we're going to pull up this bracket here, and we're just gonna kind of briefly go over each one of these regions, and I want to hear your opinion on how this thing is unfolded because it's kind of people will say it's chalk, but at the same time, it's like that's what it's supposed to be. That's why teams are seated where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. I mean,
Yep.
So we're gonna pull up a bracket that we did as collectively as a unit. Don't laugh, but so when you look, can't laugh at mine.
Green.
Look, I mean, that's a lot of green, buddy. I mean, I did the East region. I only missed 2 picks so far. I mean, holy smokes. UCF let me down. But so when you look at the Sweet 16 right here, East, Michigan State, UConn, Duke, and St. John's. Are you surprised by anything? And absolutely, Duke looked awful early. So
yeah, I'm not surprised. These are the 4 I picked. I thought St. John's, Kansas would be a great game, but I thought St. John's had more of a team than Kansas did. I thought Darren Peterson, he's just I wasn't going to count on him in March, so I picked St. John's. I was surprised that they let him come back the way they did, but these are the 4 I expected, and these are the 4 I wanted. This is just this is my favorite region because of the coaches and just the brands in this. I can't wait to see Duke St. John's as my #1 game, but then Michigan State UConn too. It's like the coaches. I can't wait to see those 2 coaches coaching against each other.
That's everybody was calling it I forgot what we called it, but we were like, people are going to call this the coaches region. Then I forgot what we came up with a name and then forgot it. So credit to us for coming up with a good name, but just not remembering it. I mean, revenge game for John Shire because St. John's versus John Shire. There's a lot of revenge games.
Battle of the Johns.
Do you think Patino is going to pull out the all-white suit?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Doesn't have to be asked after Easter.
I thought it was Labor Day.
I haven't seen him wear it lately. When's the last time he had it on?
I don't know, but I think this is the time now. Remember, Rick Pitino, Christian Laettner, Duke, 92. Revenge game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, do you all right. So, no surprises here. I mean, really, this bracket itself was this was kind of a lot of people thought South Florida might be able to beat Louisville, but other than that, it was pretty much the first game. TCU and Ohio State was incredible. So, but what about the West? Any surprises there? Arizona, Arkansas, and we've got Texas and Purdue.
I guess you have to point to Texas, but it's not a huge shock because Gonzaga was just. They're missing one of their best players. And then for Texas to get by BYU wasn't that surprising either, just because of how up and down they've seemed to be. And they're missing one of their best players too. So I kind of expected BYU to still win though, just because they had the projected #1 or 2 pick. I thought he might be able to take over and carry him in that game, but it didn't happen. So Texas, I guess, is a little bit of a surprise, but not really. It's kind of, it wouldn't have shocked me if you told me that was going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, Purdue, the only gripe I have about Purdue right now is all their guys, their haircuts are a little bit off. I think they've got the most unique haircuts in the tournament.
Yeah.
With the sideburns and the beard. So that's been throwing me off. I don't quite understand the new haircuts these days.
Braden Smith, he's going for that Amish beard look.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's another guy that looks just like him.
It's not a good look on basketball players.
Yeah, that's a good point. But they Purdue's a wagon. I mean, honestly, what we deserve is Arizona Purdue, correct?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Deserve that
it'd
as
be
a
a fun matchup, just because both teams have a lot of size and the point guard play is terrific for both teams. So yeah, that'd be a fun matchup.
Arkansas is scoring.
A-Cup's the beast.
They're averaging like 90 points a game.
Yep. Yeah. They have a lot of length that could maybe bother Arizona, and A-Cup's going to be able to score, I think. It's just I'm not sure they have the defense to stop Arizona. I just don't see that happening, so we'll see.
Well, here's another narrative for you. Texas's head coach, did he not coach at Arizona for quite some time? Revenge game.
See, yep. Could happen.
We have to build narratives here. We got to build the narratives of who wins and who does what. So, what's his name? Sean, whatever his name is.
Sean Miller. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that would be a fun game.
Unfortunately, got caught doing some impermissible things. So He was let go.
Yes.
But
That's
now if that happens, he's probably he's fine because everything's pretty much legal now.
Hey.
Yeah. Also, shout out the Queens head coach for the sweater vest that he wore.
Oh yeah, he's a fun guy.
Sweater. Other than that, High Point was a fun run out of that bracket, out of that region. That was fun.
Yeah, and that's like I was saying earlier. I like for maybe one or two Cinderellas. Like I wouldn't have minded High Point get into the Sweet 16. I think maybe just one is fun, just because you have that story still. I don't look at Texas as a Cinderella just because they're an 11. Like they're probably spending more money than anybody in this tournament almost. So.
Yeah, I'm not saying the whole thing needs. My solution was give all the mid majors just their own region, and then just let them play it to.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
But I'm just saying, then you have the strongest mid major. At least makes it the farthest. At least let them get to the Elite Eight or something. You know what I mean? Put them all down there and let the strongest one get out. Kind of like a Hunger Games almost.
Yeah.
The South. I mean, Iowa, Nebraska. Come on, who doesn't love Iowa versus Nebraska? Somebody said they should start this game off with a ceremonial punt.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Like, first of all, Nebraska coming into this tournament having never won a tournament game, and now they've won 2 just in this tournament,
and a really good shot to win the third.
Yeah, and then Iowa hasn't been to the Sweet 16 since 1999. So I mean. These are 2 fan bases that are starving for success, and I would expect both of these teams to have as many fans as Houston in Houston on Friday. Or are they playing tomorrow? I think they're playing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 7:30.
Okay. Yeah, I would expect those 2 and Illinois, actually, because they travel well, too. I don't know that Houston's going to have that big of a home court advantage, to be honest with you.
No. Yeah. But I mean that's an intriguing matchup because Houston's defense versus Illinois' offense, correct?
Yes, that's one of my top. I think that's my second most look forward to game.
We have a power ranking we're about to pull up here in a minute. And then as far as this bracket itself goes, there wasn't. I mean, obviously North Carolina blowing a 19-point lead was absolutely hysterical.
Hilarious.
28-3 meme. I mean, we were tweeting that out all over the place. And then Florida going down. Are you shocked that Florida lost to Iowa? I saw a stat that they missed all their free throws and like their best player was 0 for 9 going down the stretch. Iowa's.
Oh yeah, Bennett Sturts. Yeah. I was very surprised, but all year Florida, they definitely weren't as good as last year's team. You can just point to the guards. I like last year's guards way better than this year's. I knew that I kind of had a feeling that I picked them to lose to Houston, so I thought they would at least get past Iowa, but I just didn't trust their guards in March. So, I mean, it wasn't a super surprise, but I definitely didn't see Iowa beating them in the way they did, like on that last second shot. That was amazing.
Do you think that Florida should have fouled?
No, but I do see the thought behind it. You're the better team. Like, extend the game 5 minutes. You're probably like, your talent takes over in those 5 minutes, but I don't think I do.
If you foul too, you still have more time than the 3 seconds that was left.
You would have still had 2 or 3 seconds, but I just think it was a perfect play. Like that Iowa inbounds pass was so perfect. Like it was they just to catch him on the run, like already go in that direction. It was the perfect drawn up play. And Ben McCollum, that coach, he's one of the best. Like he's only been there 1 year and he's already shown that he can do a lot.
To the Sweet 16. And also, how about that shot from Vanderbilt? I thought that was game over. I thought that was brutal.
Yeah.
We moved to the Midwest. Michigan's just mauling everyone. So St. Louis was a fun story. And then we got Tennessee and Iowa State, which I think is the most like intriguing. I don't know. Just usually both these teams kind of flame out before they get to this point. I know Tennessee, they get to the Sweet 16, and that's kind of usually where it ends for one of them, typically. But
yeah, it seems like it. And I don't think Iowa State's been to a Final Four since like 1940 something, maybe.
Holy moly.
And Tennessee's never been there. So that's kind of like, I feel like that's one of the games that's kind of being overlooked just because of all the other great games on the schedule. But I'm sure it should be a really good game, especially Iowa State missing Jefferson, so we'll see his status. But
To say,
yeah,
is he still out?
I think he was on a scooter last weekend. I don't know if you can recover from being on a scooter in 3 or 4 days.
Man.
His backup was playing good though.
Yeah, I mean, they have some good depth, so we'll see. But yeah,
right,
Alabama-Michigan will be really fun because Alabama, if they're shooting threes the way they were the other night, I mean, they can equalize a great team like Michigan. It's just, will Michigan give them the looks? Probably not. So we'll see about that one.
So what do you have here on the bottom? Do you have Tennessee or Iowa State?
I have Iowa State actually going to the Final Four.
Whoa.
That was when I knew Jefferson was healthy. So I'll see how they look tomorrow night or Friday, and maybe change my mind on that.
No. Stand by your take. You have to be able to stand on the table.
Double down.
Pick them to go to the finals. Do it.
Probably get better odds now. Jefferson's out.
Illinois or Houston?
So before the tournament, I picked Houston to go to the Final Four. But I'm just feeling this Big Ten love right now. So I think I'm going to pick Illinois.
What about Iowa or Nebraska?
They split their regular season matchups, but I think Nebraska is just, they have more pieces. I think Iowa can kind of bog down sometimes, and I like more of Nebraska's balance. I think they have more guys that can score.
Michigan or Alabama?
I'll take Michigan.
Yeah, that's a wagon, dude. Michigan State, UConn.
I'm going to take Michigan State. You know what month it is.
Hey, January, February, Izzo, April, May.
That's right.
Texas or Purdue?
So as a Purdue fan, I always pick Purdue to lose in the second round just so I won't get hurt.
And then you're
at least be able to say, yeah, that's right.
Win.
It's a pleasant surprise if they win. So as a homer, I'm going to go against my team and pick Texas.
Reverse. We have a guy on the show who loves to do that. Nemo, he always does that. He just bets against his own team. Be like, there's no way they can do this. And if they win, you can do the horns down. You have to do the horns down. Arizona, Arkansas.
Arizona. That was my national championship pick. I'm sticking with it.
Duke or St. John's?
I'm going to go St. John's.
Okay.
Going with an upset.
Whoa. Patino in the white suit?
Maybe.
Wow. 30-some years later, he finally gets his revenge.
Hey, this isn't projection sport. Projection sport.
That's right.
That was good, dude. Okay. Any other overall thoughts? I mean, everybody's talking about the NIL and the transfer portal and is this tournament, is it dying? Is it, answer the critics. What say you?
So I think a lot of things need to be fixed, but I think the tournament's been, as far as the play, the tournament has been awesome. I wouldn't change really anything about the tournament. I think some of the like CBS shows, like the pregame panel and all that stuff, has been awful, absolutely terrible. But as far as like the basketball itself, it's been great. Like there's no complaints from me.
Okay. What about the Big 12 court? The glass court, would you?
No, that's got to go.
Okay.
That was pathetic.
That was such a terrible. I'm going to play one game on it. Everybody's like, "Hey, it's slippery out here." No shit, dude. I'm
a traditionalist. I like I'd even take like the old parquet court, like from the '80s Celtics floor. Like I just want something that looks like hardwood court, like for basketball. I don't want to see like glass and all the. I mean,
the
I feel like
reflections were terrible.
Yeah, it's just I don't want to watch a game on that.
I'm surprised nobody hacked it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it didn't get hacked, and then there was some obscenities all over.
It was that it was the guy sitting on the bed.
Yeah.
The BBC 12.
Honestly, that would have been awesome. Just so then they would not do it anymore.
Is that this era's lemon party? Like these kids
dude,
in that picture instead of lemon party.
Dude, that's the worst website ever. But I thought they would break all that glass up and like auction it off and be like, "Hey, you can own a piece of history."
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just a shard of glass. Okay. All right, let's pull up some other. Let's go through some other slides here real quick. Hold on. All right. So just some. Can you debunk some of these, or do you agree with some of these? Like, because everybody's saying it's Chalk Madness and Chalk Norris and all this. These other RIP. Only years that we haven't had a mid-major in the Sweet 16 is 96, 2005, 2026. What does that do for you? Nothing? Are you just kind of like?
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't mind one team in it, but I mean, look at the matchups we have the next 2 days. Like, are people really going to complain that they want to see, I don't know, Utah State instead of Arizona playing Arkansas? I mean, I want to see like the best talent, the best teams.
Yeah, I need. I would if I had a vote, I'd need at least one. I want one, just because.
Yeah,
just because.
And yeah, I get it. It's fun to like kind of have that dream still alive out there for just one team, but
yes,
yeah,
the access, like it's they make this. The beauty of this tournament is that you have the opportunity and the access to advance as far as you can. Yeah, like you play your way in. And I love seeing teams that take advantage of that, even if it's only to the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight, because it's like, all right, this tournament works. Like it's exactly what it's supposed to be,
Well,
the amount of money and the amount of money that it generates for the school.
Yeah. So, but did you see this? Duke has never won a national title without beating St. John's.
No.
Wow. How about that? Huh? A lot on the line here for St. John's and John. John Shire talks out of the side of his mouth a lot too, by the way.
They've been blowouts every game too.
Look at that.
Yep.
Duke in the points. Look.
Does this do anything for you? Does this change your pick?
No. I'm gonna go with who I think the better coach is. And I think Shire has a lot to still learn. I think Pitino, like he's running out of years, man. He's got to win another one.
Well, he's the only coach to win a Sweet Six or what is it, a March Madness tournament game in like 5 different decades or whatever the heck it was.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So
I just think, and it's been too easy for Shire. He just like walked right in. He's like in the Final Four already, and it's been way too easy. I like to see guys earn their stripes. Like Coach K had to earn his stripes. He didn't. I don't think he made a Final Four until he was like year 10 or something at Duke. So.
Wow. So Shire said he got out coached by McNamara. You remember that? And he did. It was just McNamara only had 5 players.
Yeah.
They could play.
Syracuse now though. Allegedly.
This is the only time in the second time in NCAA tournament history where the Sweet 16 is made up entirely teams from major conference. The only time last year.
NIL, dude.
We're mad.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Did you see this graphic too, by the way?
I did.
And what obviously, who's the team that's got the who's the team over here to the right beside Arkansas and in between Illinois and Arkansas? Is that Texas? Or who?
No, Texas has the one Purdue on it.
Revenge game over here.
Yeah, they got Cam Heide, who was on Purdue the last 2 years. Trying to think who that team with Washington State and USC is.
It's got to be the team that's playing Illinois, right?
Houston?
Yeah.
No, Houston's the top right.
Oh, maybe it's who's playing Iowa State? Tennessee?
Tennessee? No, I think
you got Tennessee over here. How do you figure this out, man?
We'll have to think about this one.
Yeah. But
that's St. John's.
Oh,
right?
Oh, holy smokes! They got a whole. Everybody's from all over the place there.
Yeah.
Wow. Love this. I do. It's fun to see that these teams. A lot of these teams have the continuity, and that makes me happy because I like seeing teams that keep the same players.
Yeah, me too. I kind of. It's the sad thing about Marquette because they're like the last trying to hang on to like not dip into the portal at all, and it's just not working. Like you'd hope that model would work, but it just doesn't.
They're Clemson.
There you go. I was just about to say, dude, it's Clemson. That's Dabo Swinney. Since 2010 or 11, every time UConn gets past the second round, they win the national title game.
I mean, yeah. If you look at the banner graphic I posted the other day, if UConn makes it to like the Elite Eight, they win the championship. Like, there's no in between. They're either going to lose in the first or second round or win it all. So
that's like the Niners.
Crazy.
It's like the 49ers. They either make the NFC Championship or Super Bowl. They miss the playoffs completely. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, they just take advantage of their opportunity. They get hot at the right time, or they're not good at all. So there's like no in between.
Well, that's kind of nice because then you're like, as a fan, you're like, we're either going to win it all or it's just we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Did you see this? This is the first Sweet 16 since 1954 that doesn't include Kansas, Kentucky, UCLA, or in North Carolina.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Not anymore. Is the blue blood dead?
It's the Red Crips.
Yeah. So, I mean, people that don't want all the like high major teams, at least they can say, well, the blue bloods, some of the blue bloods aren't in it. So I don't know.
Yeah. I guess,
maybe
I mean,
maybe they can find some solace in that.
It's not any.
But you still have Duke in there, so I don't know. I don't think they'll be
that Iowa Nebraska just weirds me out. Like it just doesn't look like pick the one that doesn't belong.
Yeah,
I'm like, is this November? Am I about to watch the?
It's like that one bad game on the schedule that not like this game's going to be great, but like on football related, it's like that one like weird game.
Yeah, it's like that. It's noon the Friday after Thanksgiving. It's rainy. It's cold.
You're stuffed, and it's like, man, I get to watch Iowa, Nebraska run the ball 73 times between the two of them.
Yeah.
It would be fun exercise if we were like, what's the spread if this was a football game? That would be a lot of fun. We should make this and just take this graphic and just put, if this was football, what would the spread be? That'd be some pretty fun games.
Yeah.
The last Sweet 16 appearance for each team. The reason I screenshot this, I was like, holy smokes, there's like 9 or 10 of these teams that were here last year.
Yeah, some of those teams have been on a really good roll. Like I think Alabama, Houston, Purdue, I know for sure, have been to the last 3 or 4 in a row. Tennessee too, I think.
Yeah, Tennessee's been rolling.
Yeah.
I mean, even Iowa State and Illinois, there's the last one they made was 2 years ago, but I mean in Texas too. So holy smokes, man. What, 13 out of the 16 teams the last 3 years? And then the conference, it's just the ACC is, where are you at on the ACC?
Yeah, I've told some of my friends this because they've asked me to. I think when the SEC, there's kind of a shift 4 or 5 years ago when they started hiring some more big time coaches, like Auburn getting Bruce Pearl, Alabama getting Nate Oates. It seemed like once kind of a shift happened and the SEC started taking basketball a bit more serious, the good talent has gone to them and it's taken away from the ACC the most. So that's my theory. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it's just kind of what could have happened. I don't know. Did
they soul stone each other? Because the ACC is making all these championships in football now, but they had to give up basketball.
Yeah. I don't know.
Some are
saying.
Good point. So, because the SEC can't get to the title game anymore, but the ACC can. What's it?
Or also, some people say that now that paying players is legal, the SEC has lost their edge. So, I don't know. There could be some truth to that too.
Their alumni didn't go to school there.
Yeah.
What's an upset that you would? I mean, obviously, you said St. John's over Duke. Is there another one that, I mean, do you think Texas could do it? Do you think Tennessee? I think Tennessee would be, if you had to put lower number over higher seed.
I don't think anything really would surprise me other than, I mean, I'd be surprised if Alabama beat Michigan, but like I said, if they're hitting their threes, they could equalize that matchup. But I just don't see Michigan giving that up. I think they're going to be too much inside, and I don't think Alabama's seen a defense that'll be up in their face as much as Michigan can get.
Okay. All right. Did you see this map too, where almost all the Sweet 16 teams come from either high alcohol consumption states or low alcohol consumption states? Will the tournament champion come from the drinking states or the non-drinking states? They've got UConn, they've got Michigan, Iowa, Nebraska, Iowa State. All those are pretty heavily alcohol consumption, but then it's like there was a line that's been drawn between the top and the bottom of the graphic here.
I didn't realize they drink so much more in the north than they do in the south. I would have figured that was opposite.
It's cold up there, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Drink to stay warm.
Yeah.
South Carolina putting them back.
Okay.
South Carolina, Florida, and Louisiana, dude. That's kind of shocking. But I love whenever people do maps like this, where it's like, how close are you? Which campus is closest to a Wendy's or something like that?
Yeah.
Love it. But I mean, if you had to pick a top or a bottom, I think the winner would probably come out of the top part, right?
I don't know. I like having Arizona down there. That was my pick.
Oh, okay. There you go. You got Duke, but that's not really encouraging. So I guess Arizona would be carrying
I think I'd still rock with the southern part just because I get Houston too and Duke, even though I picked against them.
I think most of the drinking alcohol in South Carolina comes from Myrtle Beach.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
That's same thing with Florida. Like, that's where all the retirees are. But
but according to that one stat, really, there's 3 teams that you can knock out with Nebraska, Texas, and Arizona because nobody from that side of the country has won since '99.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too. Yep.
The line that goes from Kansas and Baylor, they're on the edge there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Baylor's more west than Houston is.
Great point. Wow, we got to triangulate all this data. Do you think so? Do you know? So this is from Chris Vanini, screenshot and said, "Dress for success. Head coaches wearing suits are 11-8 in the tournament." Is this who's wearing a suit on this weekend?
I'm trying to think of the suit wearers other than Patino. Who else wears a suit?
I don't know.
Well, are they considering Hurley as a suit, even though it's no
probably.
tie?
I think so, and he's a suit guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the Tennessee coach,
Iowa State always wears a suit. No,
Iowa State guy is always wearing like a short sleeve because he wants to show off the guns.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a quarter zip guy.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, Purdue Painter, is he
No,
he's not a suit guy, is he?
Oates at Alabama is.
Okay. Wow.
Calipari
Arkansas.
is.
Yeah, Calipari is.
Calipari is. Yep. I mean, there's only like a couple of suit guys left.
Texas.
Rick Barnes? No, that's not Rick. That's Sean Miller.
He's always sweating through his long sleeve shirts. So I don't know that he wears a suit.
No, he could never wear a suit on the sideline.
I think that's it. Oh, McCollum well, I don't know if he wears a suit, but he dresses nice. So I don't know where the line gets drawn.
Could you imagine Sean Miller on that glass court? He'd be looking like Marv from Home Alone in the basement, just slipping all over the place.
Yeah.
Lost in New York. Okay, well, we got to get back to that one. All right. I do have to go look and see who's wearing suits now because that's important. Our committee has met and we have power ranked the games. I don't know if the committee power ranked these and the ones that we want to see the most just because they entertain us the most or if they're actually going to be good. I forgot. The committee forgot why we ranked these the way we did. However, nonetheless, number 1 is Nebraska and Iowa for obvious reasons because you look at the schedule like we were and it's like that dragon meme where you got the 2 mean-looking dragons and the one with the googly eyes and the tongue sticking out. And you're like, what is going on right there? Why is Nebraska and Iowa in the Sweet 16? And their fans are probably thinking the same thing. So do you agree? And then number 2, we've got Duke and St. John's because revenge game, Leitner 92. Illinois and Houston, offense versus defense. Alabama, Michigan. They played so many times in football. That was like my football brain, but it's a very interesting matchup. Tennessee and Iowa State I had up there. Michigan State, UConn. Arkansas and Arizona. The reason I put these 2 down here at the bottom is because I was like, I don't think these are going to be very good games. I think Purdue is going to destroy Texas, and I think Arizona is going to destroy Arkansas. But then I was like, wait, A-Cuff. Forgot about A-Cuff. Almost moved him up, but I didn't. What do you think of our Power 8 right here?
Yeah, I like him. The only gripe I have is Michigan State, UConn being at 6. I have them at 3.
Okay.
I like Duke St. John's as my number 1. Illinois, Houston at 2. So we're pretty close there.
Okay.
Michigan State, UConn 3. Yeah. Iowa, Nebraska I had at 4. Mainly just because like it's an awesome story, but I'm not sure how great the game is going to be.
Right.
Just
I don't think it's going to be that good. But it just,
I mean, we'll see. It could
It's gonna be
awesome.
like 48-45. That's the basketball version of a 7-9.
Yeah. Number 5, I had Arkansas, Arizona. Like for the reason you mentioned, ACUF. I want to see how Arizona handles Arkansas's length because, I mean, I don't think they pose much threat defensively, but they could. Like last year, they beat St. John's in the round of 32 when nobody was expecting it. So I mean, Calipari kind of has some tricks up his sleeves every now and then. Alabama, Michigan at 6, just because it has blowout potential. It could be a good game, but it has blowout potential. Texas, Purdue at 7, and Tennessee, Iowa State at 8.
Why Tennessee, Iowa State so low?
I don't know. It's just kind of not. It's kind of lacking the juice. I feel like I think Iowa State will probably take care of business. I'm not sure how good Tennessee is. We'll see. And like, I don't know. It feels like Tennessee just kind of always falters out in the tournament when we get to this weekend.
I feel like I watched Iowa State a couple times this year, but it was always when they were playing Arizona. So that's like all I had to go. I didn't really know how good they were, but then I watched them play Arizona. I was like, man, is Arizona just that good?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're the best team in the country, so we'll see.
Okay. Dang. It's not good for my Duke pick to win it all, just like 50% of the country did. Okay.
Duke lost their point guard, though.
I know, but this thing is with them is that when you pick them to win, they're going to win it all. They don't. And so when you don't think they're going to win it all, they probably will. So I'm trying to reverse psychology myself and get this bracket win. J-Bot, do you have any changes to the power rankings of the Sweet 16 games?
Yeah, I mean, I'd move Michigan State, UConn up just because of the coaches. But, yeah, I'm just excited. There's, like I said, like watching these games to me is like how we grew up playing basketball. You know, you have an outlet guy, big guy gets the rebound. You have an outlet guy to the point guard. You run an offensive play. Like, it's not the NBA. Whoever gets it brings up the court and shoots a 3. So I don't know. I just enjoy watching good basketball.
Yeah. I'm not an NBA guy at all.
No, that's well. They're losing money. Did you not? They had to reduce their salary cap and their TV deals and all that stuff.
I don't really. Unless you love a team, I don't see how anyone really can keep up with it. Just guys taking off nights whenever they want, like all the load management stuff like that. I grew up with 90s NBA when that stuff wasn't happening, and 90s NBA will always be awesome to me, and it's just nothing like that anymore.
No, I don't get me started on load management, dude. That is one of the most passionate things that I have that I will yell about into a microphone is how that is the worst thing that's ever happened to sports. It's infiltrating every level of sports right now.
Yeah.
All of it. It's ruining everything for no reason. Okay. We did a little game because it's the Sweet 16, right? Why not compare the Sweet 16 games to Little Debbie snacks? Okay? Because Little Debbie snacks are sweet, obviously. And so what we did is we went here and we said, okay, which one of these games, if it were to be a Little Debbie snack cake, would it be? And we have a little bit of reasoning. Texas and Purdue. We're going straight down. Which game is for? Isn't Texas Purdue first? Yes. Texas Purdue's first tomorrow night. Nutty Buddy Wafer Bar. Okay, Purdue, gritty, tough, right? Physical, right? Then you get the change up of like, what the hell is Texas doing here? Why is there peanut butter in this bar right now? Do these two mix? I don't know. But we know that Purdue is battle tested. They're tough. Texas, mix it up. What do we think of Purdue, Texas being the Nutty Buddy Wafer Bar?
I like it. And that's my favorite snack on this list, and it's my favorite team. So it works perfect.
Really? I was going to say, not a lot of people know that the Nutty Buddy Wafer Bar is actually a legit snack.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like the long brown chocolate stick with like peanut butter wafers inside of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Those are clutch. Yeah, I love those.
So, okay. J-Bot, do you have any rebuttal to the Nutty Buddy wafer bar?
No, I love Nutty Buddies.
Yeah, not to be confused with Nutter Butters, because those are like the peanut shaped,
buddy.
and those are great too.
I used to eat so many of those things. I love Nutter Butters. Or the Nutty Buddy ice cream bar. You remember that? You haven't had that? It's the one with the chocolate on top and the nuts. The cone. It's a cone.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You peel the wrapper off like clockwise.
Yeah.
It's legit, dude. Okay. Iowa, Nebraska. Oatmeal cream pie. Okay. The reason is these are two neighboring states. Sandwiched in between them, the state line, right? Hearty, Farm Strong, oatmeal, Nebraska, Iowa, right? Corn country, grains, whole wheat. People would think that oatmeal cream pie, for whatever reason, is not as bad for you because it has oatmeal in the name. Wrong. You're going to love Iowa, Nebraska, oatmeal cream pie. Any rebuttals?
Is there not a corn Little Debbie snack?
Man, that's a great point. I guess this would be the closest thing out of all these, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Since there's not, I think you nailed it.
The agricultural heartland, so to speak.
Yeah. I love that. I love when these two teams play and the fans in the stands have like trash talk on their shirts that say we have better corn. I love
it. There you go. Okay. Next, Arkansas, Arizona. This is the Cosmic Brownie. My daughter loves Cosmic Brownies. She just loves those things. By the way, speaking of Cosmic Brownies, if you're going to make a special Cosmic Brownie for April, why would you take the sprinkles off? I feel like the sprinkles are a very intricate part of the Cosmic Brownie. Otherwise, it's just a brownie. It's not even cosmic.
April Fools, dude.
Damn, that's a good point, too. Didn't even think about that. Okay, Cosmic, star power, freshman talent. You've got freshman duos on either side of the ball. This is the laser light show. People are saying we're going to see a lot of. You got A-Cup on one side. Does the Cosmic Brownie match the Arkansas Arizona persona?
It's a tough way to describe it, but I can't think of any other way. So I think we got to go with it.
Okay. All right. Illinois and Houston, zebra cake. Totally contrast, right? Offense for Illinois, defense, Houston. That's pretty black and white, correct?
I see what you did.
See that? You like that?
Black and
contrast
white,
for you. Does that one fit? By the way, the zebra cake is elite.
Yeah, I'm feeling that one.
Elite. By the way, the Christmas tree is just a zebra cake with sprinkles on it.
You calling this the game of the week?
Is this the game of the week?
Is this the Elite Eight game?
What do you think? I mean, is this the game of the week?
I don't know. If you're calling zebra cake's elite.
You know what? If I wish I had a little Debbie stamp of approval, I'd stamp it right on there. Give me Illinois Houston is the game. Everybody's gonna be like, "Whoa, that game was incredible."
I could see that.
Yeah, I'm all about that. Okay, next, St. John's Duke, Star Crunch. Okay, everybody, Star Crunch is one of my favorites, actually. I love
star power. Yeah, a ton of star power in this game.
Love it. Okay, do we agree with the Star Crunch? Doesn't have a lot of flash with it, right? Nothing. It's just simple. It's crunchy. It's got enough texture for you. You don't really need to do anything with it. You just know it's St. John's versus Duke.
Yep. And Rick Pitino, star coach. Yep. I'm all in.
Okay. Alabama, Michigan, fudge rounds. What do we think about that one?
You got to explain that one to me.
Okay. Contrasting textures, right? Like you were saying, if Alabama can hit their threes, not a lot of people like fudge rounds, but I mean, I like fudge rounds. I used to like fudge rounds. But if the 3-point volume versus paint dominance, is that what we're talking about here, right? Like you were just saying, like if Alabama can hit their threes, Michigan stay in the paint. I think that's kind of the contrasting textures of the cream and the drizzle.
Okay. I'm seeing the vision.
Okay. Not the crunchiest, not the flashiest, but still a solid. I don't know that this game is going to be. I hope. Well, there's a big bet on Barstool. Everybody's going to be paying attention to.
Yeah.
Michigan State versus UConn. Swiss cake rolls. Okay. Layers of flavor, layers of intensity. You've got Hurley. You've got Izzo. It's a classic. Both these coaches, high level. Swiss cake rolls for Michigan State versus UConn.
Okay. Like it.
I think given the history of these coaches, there's a lot to get to here.
Oh yeah.
And then Tennessee and Iowa State, honey buns. Okay. The like you were saying, I mean, Iowa State, you picked them to go pretty far to begin with. So classic. But what did I write down here? Simple, but the outside is packed with a lot of flavor, meaning we don't know if this game is going to be great, but it could be. I think that's why we call it the honey buns.
I'd use honey buns on a good like defensive matchup because they're sticky. You want a defense that's sticky to you. We could have factored that in.
I think most of these are.
Tennessee has. I think they have good defensive numbers. I'm not sure about Iowa State. I think they're more offensively powered. As far as defensively, I don't know. Maybe Iowa, but you got to use oatmeal for Iowa, Nebraska. So that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think you got it right.
I think that one we could workshop, but I think most of these are pretty spot on. We're gonna get this picture out there and see if everybody else agrees. Do you have any questions on the Little Debbie snack cakes comparisons?
I'm in agreement. I like it.
J-Bye, what do you think?
I think it's great.
Okay. Let's move on to Animal-itics. Have you ever seen a chart like this?
No.
Okay. Basically, we break down each of the regions by their mascots and then group them into 5 categories of humans, dogs, cats, birds, or uniques.
Okay.
I just want to say that for this tournament, the human mascots, always a strong contender, but they started with 16 human mascots. The birds had a huge comeback this year, ladies and gentlemen, because birds were completely gone. There were 10 birds last year. They were gone by the Sweet 16. We've got 4 bird mascots left. So shout out to basketball for reviving an endangered
always
species.
Be birdie.
That's boom. The big year. 3 out of the 4 of the uniques are left. Those are the SEC. And the Wildcats and Cougars, those are usually a staple in the Sweet 16. So that's just table that away for the next year. When you're looking to put who's going to be in the Sweet 16, you need to pick the Cats, Wildcats, or Cougars. And then 3 or 4 of the humans left have hats or helmets that they wear.
Guardian cats.
If you're looking next year, pick the humans that might have something on their head, the human mascots. Does that make sense? Does all this make sense?
3 years worth of data.
So
I have 3 years worth of data.
For Purdue, to use a Train or Purdue Pete with the helmet on his head?
I do Purdue Pete.
Okay.
When I type in Purdue mascot, because I go through it, I make sure I double check. I don't want to be, So this is 3 years worth of data yet, and there's nothing that other than I thought bulls and bison were really good in this tournament. They're not. Reptiles I thought were going to be good. They suck. So there's really no data yet that could lead you to anything at all. But we're gonna keep track of it. Like I said, the birds were gone last year, and they're back this year. So maybe next year fade the birds. Anything else on our animal list? Oh, I think that's all the basketball stuff we had. So, anything else on this tournament, the Sweet 16?
I'm ready for the games to start back.
Yeah. It's always like the Monday to Wednesday waiting for the games to resume or like the longest days, but I'm glad that it's back tomorrow.
Yes, it's that Monday where they're just like, here's like 80 hours of basketball nonstop, and then they need to do something on Monday to be like, they need like they need like a losers bracket or the college basketball.
Yeah.
What's that, CBI or whatever it is? Like start that then.
The Crown. Yeah, they should do the Crown Monday to Wednesday this week. Instead, they're like tipping it off next week. I can't believe it.
No, you've got to they missed their marketplace. Like,
yeah.
So, okay, we had some NFL news, but I mean, look, we've been talking a lot of basketball here, and that's what this show was about. Anything else, boys, that you guys want to get into? I mean, I've got some quick notes of NFL news and stuff, but I mean, I think this Sweet 16 breakdown was legit.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Okay. Hold on. There's one thing that I wanted to get to. Did you guys see this Pop-Tart stuff?
No.
They're making a super stuffed Pop-Tarts. I mean, how have they not done this already?
Yeah.
I feel like this has been a missed opportunity. Somebody's just like, hey, can we just like stuff them even more and put more stuff in there?
Yeah.
I mean,
you would have thought like FDA would have like made them go the opposite way. Instead, they're like getting even worse.
They probably had to wait for clearance. That's what I was saying. Like Girl Scout cookies, we know what's in them now. I mean, my gosh, what are in these things? You know what I mean?
Yeah. We don't really let our kids eat Pop-Tarts. My wife's kind of one of those, what do they call them? Crunchy moms.
No, I get it. Like, especially nowadays, dude, all the dyes and the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've noticed like when they have that red dye, especially like their attitudes totally change. So we stay away from that.
Yeah. Holy smokes. All right. Major League Baseball starts tomorrow, but that's it. I mean, that's not really what anybody's gonna be paying attention to.
Did it start tonight?
Yeah, like tonight. Yeah.
How do you not have Netflix? I think it was on Netflix.
Oh, hold on. I have the schedule right here.
How do you not have the World Series championship team playing on opening night?
Yeah, like football does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does start. It's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Holy smokes. Well, how about it? Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the game. All right. I don't have anything else. Actually, yes, we do. Hold on. Tyler O'Neill has hit a home run on opening day for the last 5 straight years. Okay.
I think he only hit 9 home runs total last year.
But this is a public service announcement. Everybody's going to be like, man, I can't believe I didn't bet that. Put it on your card.
Yeah, I wonder what those odds are. Are they like?
I don't know.
It was plus 298 when I looked earlier.
Wow.
Go ahead and hammer it, dude.
Yeah, it's worth a look.
I don't have anything else, boys. You guys got anything else?
No.
No, just ready for the games tomorrow. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on, talking ball with us.
Yeah.
At PROJ Sports on Twitter. Is there anything else that you've got? I know you got some partnerships and that sort of thing.
I'm doing a $50 gift card giveaway right now. If you go to my Twitter feed and quote post my giveaway promotion and try to guess the 8 winners of the games tomorrow and Friday, and whoever picks the most games right, you're getting a $50 gift card to Home Field.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Let me pull that up real quick. Where's it at? I got it. Oh, there it is. Let me pull it up real quick. That's pretty cool. And they do all kinds. Those are sweet jerseys right there. Sweet.
I love their materials the best. Like I love their long sleeve shirts.
There it is.
I'm actually wearing a short sleeve right now. I'm wearing a Wichita State shirt.
Woo! Yeah, that's pretty cool looking stuff there. That's like vintage looking stuff.
Yeah, a lot of those are their like 80s and 90s shooting shirts that the teams wore.
Yeah, those are
sick. And then their jackets are sweet too. So, yeah. you just have to try to predict who wins the 8 games, and then as a tiebreaker, guess the total points in the ISU Tennessee game, and whoever gets closest, so get the gift card.
That's awesome.
And right now, only 3 contestants, so your chances are pretty good.
Well, I'm in a dilemma because I have to do that twice because I want to guess the winners, and then I'll redo it again.
Yeah,
and just kind of to share it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sweet. All right,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen. That has been episode 381. We appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Everybody, enjoy the basketball, enjoy the baseball, enjoy the hockey, and go Niners.
Go Bills.
Still.